So, the Chronicles of Narnia. Narnia. C.S. Lewis, beloved classic. Beloved classic, C.S. Lewis. Very loved and adored around the world. I've seen many a play of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But there's the live action, or not live action, just the Netflix adaptation. And we know how Netflix likes to do these things. But a poll, apparently, allegedly, 65% of respondents extremely concerned about Netflix's The Chronicles of Narnia adaptation. So we'll see the poll right here. This is Narnia Web. After the recent report about Meryl Streep being in talks to play Aslan, who is supposed to be an embodiment of Jesus Christ, so you can see even where fans, even if they're not conservative or Christian, you're going to have a problem because we all know, if you read the books, you know that this dude is basically the embodiment of Jesus Christ. So why the hell would you make it Meryl Streep? There's nothing wrong with Meryl Streep. She's a woman. Yes. She's a great actress. Yes. Why would she be fit to play Aslan when he's an embodiment of Jesus Christ? Please, do tell me. And then you're going to have the morons come out. It's just fiction. It's just fiction. Why does it matter to you so much? It's just fiction. These are the same people who came out with when Lilo and Stitch and everything was announced and complained that the people playing the characters weren't dark enough. But why does it matter if they're not dark enough? It's just fiction. Yeah. We can play that game too, you little fucking twats. So, most people, again, you don't have to be Christian or right-leaning to understand and know that Aslan is basically Jesus. He is like an embodiment of Jesus Christ if Jesus was in the world of Narnia. So having him being portrayed by Meryl Streep, a woman, makes no sense. But who cares about that in the current day? A poll conducted by The Chronicles of Narnia fan site, Narnia Web, found that 65% of respondents are extremely concerned about Netflix's upcoming adaptation of C.S. Lewis's novels. Narnia Web conducted the poll on Twitter and asked its followers, after the recent report about Meryl Streep being in talks to play Aslan in Netflix's Narnia, what is your overall feeling about the project? 5.2 respond. Well, I mean, you can see it right here. You know, so like even more people. I mean, here you have cautiously optimistic and really excited. You put that together, and you're still not even at what people are, the percentage of people feeling pessimistic about it. So clearly everyone knows this is a bad idea. Because again, Aslan is supposed to be an embodiment of Jesus. I mean, I don't know what's hard to understand. Stop changing characters. However, a number of response to the poll requested an even lower option. One individual said, ready to go. It's ready to go on crusade. Can that be an option? No one ever expects the Spanish Inquisition. Ray J. Stillwell also commented, there's no option for us other than the lower one. If you're a Narnia fan and you don't hate the possibility with a passion, you're woke. If you're not woke, you're against it. There is no fence. We got Alan Hale. It's gone from extremely concerned to hopeless. I'm really concerned that I'm really concerned for those excited. On top of conducting the poll, the Narnia website also instructed its readers to contact the production team for the show to make their concerns known about the recent Aslan casting report. The site instructed readers to please represent this community with a calm compassion, and respect for the cast, crew, and staff. That is not optional. They listed contact information for producers Mark Gordon, Amy Pascal, and Vincent Cyber. It also lists employees of the C.S. Lewis Company, including Melvin Adams and Rachel Churchill. Finally, Netflix public relations employees Emily Feingold and Sabrina Phillips were listed, as well as Netflix itself. So you've got all these people. So I mean, if you feel the same way, contact them and say, hey, Aslan is the embodiment of Jesus Christ. You don't even have to be religious. Like, I'm not religious. I believe all religions are crap. But I know in the book, in the lore of the book, he is the embodiment of Jesus Christ, as is like what Jesus would be in that world. So it's like, yeah, just say, why Meryl Streep? Why would you have Meryl Streep, who's a great actress? Why would you have her portraying Aslan, who is the embodiment of Jesus Christ? Simple as that. As noted above, the poll and instructions to contact Netflix and the film production teams were done after a report at Deadline indicated that actress Meryl Streep was in talks to voice Aslan in the Netflix films. Deadline's Andrea Wiseman reports Oscar winner Meryl Streep is in talks to play Aslan the Great Lion in Greta Gerwig and Netflix's Narnia movies, and we have confirmed with sources. The report followed a previous one from Nexus Point News that claimed an offer has been made to Meryl Streep to portray a central character in the series, Aslan the Great Lion. The outlet added Streep is in talks to portray Aslan, who will be female in the series. But they want to stick to C.S. Lewis's stories, right? And just live action or Netflix adaptation. No matter who's adapting it, one thing is the same: is that Aslan is a male and he is the embodiment of Jesus Christ. I mean, if you want to do that, then make your own freaking shit. Again, I'm not religious. I think all religions are crap. But the fact that they're taking someone like Aslan, who again is the embodiment of Jesus Christ, and like, oh yeah, Meryl Streep. What? I'm sorry. Why don't you just get freaking Liam Neeson to do it again? Liam Neeson was perfect for the role. His voice can come across as very caring and comforting, but very vicious and scary when it needs to be. Because again, it's a lion, but also, Jesus Christ. C.S. Lewis made it abundantly clear that Aslan. C.S. Lewis made it abundantly clear that Aslan is Jesus Christ in the world of Narnia. In a letter, he rejected. In a letter, he rejected the notion that he was an allegory for Christ. He wrote, "If Aslan represented the immaterial deity in the same way in which the great giant despair represents despair, he would be an allegorical figure. In reality, however, he is an invention, giving an imaginary answer to the question, what might Jesus become like if there is really a world like Narnia and he chooses to be incarnate and die and rise again, and that as he actually is done in ours. This is not an allegory at all." In another letter responding to a mother concerned for her son, Lawrence was loving. Yeah, we've read it before, but I'll read it again. Lawrence was loving Aslan more than Jesus. Lewis wrote, Lawrence can't really love Aslan more than Jesus, even if he feels like that's what he's doing. For the things he loves Aslan is for doing or saying are simply the things Jesus really did and said. So that when Lawrence thinks he is loving Aslan, he's really loving Jesus, or perhaps loving him more than he ever did before. But sure, that's just gender reverse, and make it Meryl Streep for no reason. No reason. Again, great actress, but a character like Aslan, who is freaking Jesus Christ. So, the fact is that this can be done by anyone. Even if you follow the person, you can probably find it, on your timeline or whatever, or just look it up. So it's not like, oh, only certain people can respond to this. No, but the fact is that these two, the people feeling pessimistic are more than these two combined. And then extremely concerned. So these are the fans. These are the fans, and they're all pessimistic and just not excited at all because you're a character like Aslan, who is incredibly important and pivotal to the story. Yeah, let's just gender swap. It doesn't matter if it's still a gender swap. Meryl Streep is a biological woman. Jesus Christ was male. Aslan is male. And then we're like, oh yeah, gender swap. Yeah, it's gonna piss people off. You don't even have to be religious. You don't even have to be religious this time around to be pissed off about it. Because these are the same people who say they're gonna respect the works of C.S. Lewis, and then they try doing this crap. Just proves once again that these people aren't respecting the source material, and people will try to come out and say, it's fiction. Yeah, again, coming from the same people who looked at the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie, people who in the movie were like native Hawaiians and whatever, and complained that they're not dark enough. Why does it matter? It's fiction. It's just fiction, bro. Why does it matter? So these people should not be taken seriously at all. So if you hear one of them say that, I guarantee you that they're one of those people who are complaining that, you know, the people in Lilo and Stitch weren't dark enough. They have no ground to stand on. No, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. You know, none of that. You underestimate my power. Again, Meryl Streep, amazing actress. They couldn't find a guy to portray Aslan. They couldn't have, hey, Liam, hey, you want to be a giant lion again? You want to be? Yeah, come on. Nothing. I mean, what's Benedict Cumberbatch doing these days? He's got a great voice. He could have been Aslan. I mean, he did the voice of Smaug in, Lord of the Rings. And, in the Hobbit movie, or Desolation of Smaug. And a lot of that voice, he has already gone deep enough where his voice really, didn't have to be changed a whole lot. They deepened it a little more to make it more bellowing, but he gets his voice deep. Why not him? What's he doing these days? I haven't seen him in a while. But, current day. You have a character that it's basically literally Jesus Christ, and that was Meryl Streep. You know who it should be? Bella Ramsey. Same thing with the if Tomb Raider ever does come out with a live action, Lara Croft should be played by Bella Ramsey, because she's doing such an amazing job as Ellie in Last of Us. Come on. That would be hilarious. Watching, you're all excited to see Lara Croft at it again, live action. It's not going to be no Angelina Jolie, but you're hoping, oh, this is going to be so good. And there comes Bella Ramsey as Lara Croft. Eek. But yeah, they should get Bella Ramsey to do this instead then, because she's so talented. Anyway. That's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.